Autodrome Granby on September the 7th. We're set to go green. 75 laps for the dirt car 358 Modified Series. Field will fire at the VP Racing Fields, making PowerPoint. We're off and running. Green is in the air. We're underway. And quickly into corners 1 and 2 for the first time. Timmy O'Brien grabs the lead, but here comes a natural on the top side of the speedway. He grabs the top spot going into turn number 3. Down into turns 3 and 4 they go. O'Brien settles into that second spot. Here comes Billings in a bid for second. He's on by the 88 of O'Brien to pick up that position. Down into turns 1 and 2 they go. Kerry Torrance holds down that third spot with O'Brien fading to fourth in the early going. Tim Courier rounds out the top 5, but here comes Danny O'Brien. Laura Lannister looking to charge forward as well in the number 23 machine, as Batman Peter Britton right there with him in spot number 6. Actually, that's Billy Dunn, the 23D, down in front. He rides in 6th. Tim Courier is 7th. 8th is Pete Britton. 9th is Brett Hearn, and rounding out the top 10 early on is the 55 of Robbie Bellinger as they make their way down the front straightaway in a whole lot of hurry. Dale Plank learned a lot from that big block modified race earlier today, finishing in the runner-up spot. He leads the parade going down into turns 1 and 2 at lap number 3. 74 of Matt Billings, 5th in points. He finished 6th at the Autodrome Granby event on September the 7th and would love to get his first ever series win right here at Mohawk as he rides in that second spot. Then it's Kerry Torrance, Danny O'Brien. Billy Dunn has now jumped up into spot number 5. Timmy O'Brien fading quickly here. He started on the pole and has fallen back to 6th here in the early going. 4 laps are complete. Batman Peter Britton charging forward in the 21A. He rides in spot number 7. Tim Courier, Brett Hearn, Rob Bellinger. That's your top 10 at this time as they make their way down in front. 5 laps are in the record books. And Dale Plank, who won here 3 times during the regular season, would love nothing better than to grab a series win here today. As earlier on in the big block modified race, he had everything going his way, but just could not get around Jimmy Phelps for the win. Meanwhile, right now, he has got the preferred groove on the top side. He has the lead. Timmy O'Brien starting to fade rather quickly here as he's got Pete Britton charging after him. Meanwhile, back up in front to the leaders, Matt Billings holds down that second spot with Kerry Torrance. The Twin Leaf Express 66 on the top side going through turns 3 and 4. Danny O'Brien right there with him in 4th. Billy Dunn playing the patience game right now, riding in 5th as 7 laps are complete. Britton sitting back there in spot number 6. He has gotten around O'Brien for that position. Now Brett Hearn looks to close the gap as they make their way down the back straightaway off of corner number 2 and down the back straightaway. Tim Courier now has Stefan LaFrance to his outside as LaFrance is into the top 10 now for the first time in this race. Larry White looking to charge forward as well as Robbie Bellinger in the number 55 has faded rather quickly here. Bellinger started in 6th and has faded all the way back to 12th as Jimmy Phelps looks to go to the top side around him, and he will do so. Phelps is on the move. He started way back in spot number 21 and is already up into position number 13. So Phelps, who won the big block modified race earlier this afternoon, charging at the front of the field here as a field makes their way off of turn number 4 with Dale Plank in command of this race. Down in front, about a half straightaway advantage over Matt Billings, Kerry Torrance, and then the battle for 5th is Billy Dunn, who normally likes the bottom here, just drove around the outside of Danny O'Brien to pick up spot number 4. O'Brien fades to 5th. Peter Britton comes up into spot number 6 right now as Chris Raby in the 01 has slowed to a stop in turn number 3, and that will bring the yellow flag out for the first time in this one with 10 laps up on the board. 65 side of the speedway on this restart. They will fire at the VP Racing Fuels, making power point. Of corner number 4 we go. Green is back out. We're underway. And look at Billy Dunn, 3 wide to get to the number 3 spot as he charges by both Kerry Torrance and Danny O'Brien to pick up that position as they scramble at the back of the field. They're 3 wide again. Pat O'Brien coming up through the middle, and he charges up into the top 10 for the first time in this one. Off of turn number 4 they go. Dale Plank with the lead. Billings is right there with him though as the field heads through corners 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Billings is right there knocking on the door of the Twin Leaf 77X of Dale Plank. Here comes Billy Dunn up to the picture as well as Dunn rides in spot number 3. Here comes Britton on the top side of the speedway, and Peter Britton from Australia jumps up to the outside of Danny O'Brien as he'll claim the number 4 position, running through the middle of the racetrack that time. Down the back straightaway they will go. Danny O'Brien relegated to 5th. Jimmy Phelps is coming up through the field as well into 6th. Kerry Torrance is 7th. Timmy O'Brien is 8th. 9th is Stefan LaFrance, and your top 10 being rounded out by Tim Courier. 13 laps are complete in this one. Dale Plank continues to lead the way, but behind him, Billy Dunn and Pete Britton starting to charge forward here as they make their way down the backstretch. Dunn to the top side. Billings down low. Peter Britton trying to find some room to go as well. Jimmy Phelps on the move. He charges around Danny O'Brien and grabs spot number 5 down the front straightaway. So Phelps from starting 21st on the grid. He is alongside of Britton coming down into turn number 2. Couldn't get the job done that time though, but right now Dale Plank has the lead. 15 laps complete this time by Brian Mulligan.
Thanks, Tim, and Plank showing us just what he knows about the surface of this track at Mohawk International. But Billy Dunn has been showing us the way throughout the season here. No matter where he started, he ended up running for the lead. And tonight is no exception. In fact, on a number of occasions, he and Lauren Lattiser finished 1-2, and Lattiser is coming up as well. The fellow that surprised us is Britton, as he sits 4th. Billings not giving it up with Dunn, and now Britton is going to get real busy because we're getting more action coming up here. Jimmy Phelps, who already has a win here today, has come from the back in the Roy Tarbell team car and now holds down 5th. Danny O'Brien, not letting the leaders get away, completes the top 6. But Plank has been the story. In the 1 yellow flag, he went cooling his tires between 3 and 4. So wherever he's running, he must feel that it heats the tires. We'll see if we get a long run in here, just what will happen, because Dunn is ready to pounce. Billings has not given up the chase as well. Running real close, coming strong off of turn number 2. Comes up on the back bumper. So Dunn's got to get up and go because he's got young Billings working him. Then Britton, Phelps, and Danny O'Brien, the pocket rocket, complete the top 6. 20 complete. 55 to go. And here comes the challenge. Billings making a run. That Dunn, no respect for his elders at all. And now Dunn is working on the back door of Plank. He got enough of a shake-up with Billings. He knows he's got to get moving. Billings is going to be the best guy to watch this as Dunn goes for it. Britton sits 4th. 5th is O'Brien. 6th is Phelps. Kerry Torrance into the mix as well now. And then Tim O'Brien completes that top bunch as well, but what a battle in the lead. Billings back on the inside of Dunn. Dunn slams the door on the way into turn number 1. The top 3 have started to hook up real close, and pretty soon they're going to be in the traffic. It'll add just a little bit to the drama as they will close in on the back markers. Once again, Billings pounding on the back quarter, pulls up alongside of Dunn and goes by. Dunn battles back. Billings starts to close in on Plank. This young man is putting on quite a show here. 25 complete. We're 1/3 of the way. And the leaders are headed for the back markers. Plank is going to turn up the wick because Billings is going to force him to do it. And Dunn sits back, saves some rubber, looks over the situation. We've got it. Tim Courier slowing at the top of turn 2. He slows and the yellow comes out. 26 complete, a little over the 1/3 of the way. It's certainly far from over. They pick it up. Billings on the outside of Plank. Up comes Dunn on the inside to grab back that 2nd spot. Dunn back 2nd and hasn't finished yet. He moves to the inside of Dale Plank. The natural looking to hold them off. In the meantime, Danny O'Brien works on Peter Britton. 27 complete this time. Plank comfortably back out. Puts a couple of car lengths between him and Dunn. But he certainly has to cool the tires every opportunity. If we get a long run here, it could make a difference. Billings third, fourth is Britton, fifth is O'Brien. Williamson getting out of shape and everybody's looking for a place to go. Young Matt Williamson catching the Uke tire just out of 4. This young man who holds down second place in the points on the flag stand. Plank on the inside, Dunn on the outside, and we're underway. Billy Dunn going for it. He's the new leader. Billy Dunn has gone all the way to the front from 11th starting position. Plank now second. Billings right there as well. Pulling up into third. Then it's Phelps and Danny O'Brien. And Billings up to challenge Plank as well. Billings challenging Plank on the inside. Maybe those tires are going away. We'll have 30 complete this time. And back to Timmy.
Thank you very much, Brian Mulligan. Off of corner number 4, your track champion for 2012. Billy Dunn leads the way. Now Billings gets on by the 77X of Plank, relegating him to third. Now Batman Peter Britton starts to make his move towards the front of the field as well as he rides in fourth. Jimmy Phelps rounds out the top 5. Then it's Danny O'Brien, Mario Claire, the 88 of Timmy O'Brien, Stefan LaFrance, the 115. Zach Aubertine has come up through the field rather nicely as well. Zach started way back in spot number 16, and he's cracked into the top 10 right now as we have 31 laps complete up on the scoreboard. The 23 of Dunn starting to run away and hide, but Matt Billings right there with him in the number 2 spot. Peter Britton is charged through the field up into third. His best run in a 358 modified by far. And right now, Dale Plank, you may be right, Brian. He might have used up his tires as he has fallen into the clutches of your big block modified feature winner earlier today, Jimmy Phelps in the 007J. And Danny O'Brien solidly into that 6th spot. Mario Claire has charged through this field as well. Claire started in the number 18 position, and he currently rides in 7th. Timmy O'Brien, who started up on the pole, has faded back to 8th. 9th is Stefan LaFrance, and Aubertine rounds out the top 10 in the 03 machine. The SUNY can ride, but off of turn number 4. 34 laps are complete. Billy Dunn trying to win back-to-back 358 modified series races here in Mohawk. Dale Plank, who has won the previous 2 races at Cornwall and Autodrome Granby on September the 1st and September the 7th, has faded to 4th, right into the clutches of Jimmy Phelps as they battle it out for 4th and 5th. They battled it out earlier today for the Big Block Modified Super Dirt Car Series feature event, and Phelps come out the winner of that one. Dale Plank trying to hold him off as they go through turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Danny O'Brien settles into that 6th spot along with Mario Claire, Timmy O'Brien, Stefan LaFrance, and Aubertine, your top 10. But the best battle on the racetrack by far is for that number 4 spot, with Dale Plank leading that battle as Jimmy Phelps has the number 5 position looking to get by. Meanwhile, up in front, Matt Billings has run down Billy Dunn. Coming up into turns 3 and 4, and I believe Robbie Bellinger has pounded the wall here in the front stretch in the 55 machine. Caution flag waved on the trail with. They are friends off the racetrack, but on the track right now, they're bitter enemies. Off the turn we go. Green is in the air. We're back underway. And Britton trying to follow Billy Dunn through into turns 1 and 2 to pick up second. Matt Billings having none of it, though. He battles back on the outside. He grabs the number 2 spot away. Meanwhile, Mario Claire starts to make room. He goes forward, trying to get by Dale Plank for the number 5 spot. Up in front, though, Billy Dunn starting to run away and hide as we have bumper cars going on through turns 3 and 4. Everybody wanting the bottom side of the speedway at this time. Meanwhile, Billy Dunn leads the way by about 4 car lengths. Then it's Matt Billings, Pete Britton. Jimmy Phelps has jumped up into 4th. Halfway sign is out this time by lap 38. Will be up on the scoreboard, and Billy Dunn trying to run away and hide from the rest of the field here if he possibly can. First series race back in June. Billy Dunn absolutely dominated the field, and right now he is trying to do the same thing. Matt Billings having a career day, running in the number 2 spot, trying to hold off the Australian. Pete Britton out of Queensland, Brisbane, Australia, the 21A, works in that 3rd spot. Then it's Jimmy Phelps in the 4th. Dale Plank completing the top 5. Then it is the 22 of Mario Clare, Danny O'Brien, Stefan LaFrance, Timmy O'Brien, and Zach Aubertine has cracked back into the top 10 as LaFrance loose off the turn. Aubertine's going to get by for the number 9 position going into turn number 3. Off of corner number 4 they go, and down the front stretch Billy Dunn has the lead. Couple of car lengths separate himself and Matt Billings, but Billings has had a quick race car all day long and will love nothing better than to grab the number 2 or the number 1 spot away, as we've got Luke Whitaker slowing to a stop over there in corner number 2, and that will bring the caution flag out once again here. This truck peels off the speedway. We're set to go back under with Billy Dunn, your race leader. He's going to fire from the bottom. Matt Billings into that 2nd spot. Pete Britton, Jimmy Phelps is now cracked into the top 4. Dale Plank rounds out the top 5. We're back underway. Green is in the air, and we got a new driver in the number 2 spot. Pete Britton is charged up through the field, up into 2nd, as he's got that Troyer race car number 21A down to the number 2 spot. And at the back of the field, Brian McDonald with problems, got a little out of shape, brings it back on the speedway, but up in front, the 23 of Dunn leads the way. Then it's Britton, Billings, Dale Plank, and Jimmy Phelps in that top 5 order. 42 laps up on the scoreboard. And another driver on the move is Zach Aubertine. He is now up into spot number 7 as they make their way down the backstretch, with Billy Dunn leading the parade off of corner number 4. But he has got Batman right there behind him in 2nd. Pete Britton making his 2nd ever appearance in the Dirt Car 358 Modified Series, trying to make it pay off for him. He learned a little bit in the big block race earlier today, and right now wants to grab the lead. It would be one of the biggest wins of his career if he could get the job done. Off of corner number 4, Billy Dunn leads the way. Then it's Britton, Matt Billings in that battle between Plank and Jimmy Phelps still rages on. Going down into turns 1 and 2, Plank has had that 4th spot for a while. Jimmy Phelps has been trying to find a way around to get by as we complete lap 44 this time. 45 laps up on the board, Brian Mulligan, and here comes Britton.
Well, Dunn has given the word. He's there and he wants to stay there. But Britton has been steadily moving up and now is 1 more position out of the lead. And Billings has never been out of contention since we went green. So those 3 have not said their last word. But a battle going on behind them as Plank finds things getting more and more hectic as they pound on his back door. And right now is Jimmy Phelps all over the back bumper, and then Danny O'Brien is waiting for those 2 guys to take each other out as he sits in the catbird position. But the top 3 now, opening up a bit of a lead on the next bunch, and out for a battle of their own. The American, the Australian, and the Canadian up there in the top 3 and going at it. 48 complete this time. Plank seems to be sitting comfortably now in 4th. Phelps is battling. Phelps waiting for an opportunity, makes another move out of turn number 2, but Plank holds him off. Then O'Brien is right there as well. Dunn putting a couple more feet into that lead. You got to get a little more comfortable when you have a couple of car lengths there. So he wants to do that. He's turning up the wick here. Dunn is getting stronger. We should be looking at the clock. We'll be able to tell if he's picking the pace up, but Britton and Billings will not let him get away. There's a half a second between 1st and 2nd place. Here comes Billings again, moving up for a challenge to Britton. Britton feels the heat. He steps up and closes in on the leader. Phelps and Plank gauge their own little battle. But here comes Billings again, coming off real strong off at turn 2 that time and moving right up to Peter Britton. Britton has 1 place to go. Get closer to the leader. 52. There'll be 22 laps to go next time. Here comes Billings up alongside of Britton again. This kid just doesn't give up. And Britton is learning that. And then there's that battle again. Plank, Phelps, O'Brien. They're putting on their own little go for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Britain moving up closer to the leader now. With 20 laps to go, as Billy Dunn continues to click them off, putting an imposing day of racing on here at Mohawk, driving that Lauren Lattiser team car that works so well for him throughout the season here every Friday night. Battle isn't over for 2nd and 3rd. You can see that right now. Billings is waiting for just one opportunity as he keeps himself close. And what about 4th, 5th, and 6th? Phelps goes up on the outside. O'Brien tried to slip on the inside. Phelps came right back. O'Brien's got Evertine right on him as well. Phelps just working everything to get by Blank. He knows it's time to go. If he wants a shot at the lead, it's now. He pulls up alongside, slips away, and Danny O'Brien goes by. Danny O'Brien now 5th. Phelps drops to 6th, and he's got new problems behind him. Evertine right there, and now coming into the picture is the little hammer. Will come up on lap number 60 now. And to take you the rest of the way is to me.
All right, thank you, Brian Mulligan. And Billy Dunn trying to win his 2nd straight 358 Modified Series race and the 2nd of his career. But Pete Britton is not going to go away quietly. Matt Billings waiting in the wings as well. Riding in that 3rd spot, Dale Plank, Danny O'Brien, and Jimmy Phelps, 4th, 5th, and 6th as they make their way into turns 3 and 4. Down into turn number 1, your leader, Billy Dunn, comes up to the back bumper of Luke Whitaker, and the 38 right in front of him. They're side by side making contact, and Pete Britton now closes a gap as Whitaker could have changed the outcome of this race, and right now he moves to the top side out of the way of the leaders as they make their way down in front. 62 laps are up on the scoreboard, and Billy Dunn has the preferred groove down on the inside, and Batman Peter Britton is right there with him. Ravi pulls off the speedway in turn number 3. He will head pit side with the 01 done for the night. Off of corner number 4, it is Billy Dunn, and now more lap traffic. I'll tell you what, lap traffic almost played the spoiler in the outcome of the big block race, and we'll see if that does the same thing in the small block race here as Britton right there with Billy Dunn. David Papineau gets up out of the way of the leaders as they come roaring by down on the bottom. Matt Billings will get by as we got 64 laps up on the board, 11 more to go, and Billy Dunn trying to hold on for his 2nd series win of the season. And Britton holding down spot number 2, but Matt Billings is closing the gap in turns 3 and 4. Britton, though, pulls away down the front stretch by about 2 car lengths as they make the way into corners 1 and 2, and Dunn has the line down on the inside part of the speedway, and we got caution on the speedway, and Zach Aubertine with a problem on the right rear tire has gone flat on that machine. Roy Tarbell, Pierre Dagenet, Tyler Seary, Sebastian Goujon, and Dave Papineau are your 22 cars on the lead lap. Ready to go back under green. Billy Dunn, Pete Britton, and Matt Billings, your top 3. Green is in the air. We're off and running. Quickly down into turns 1 and 2. Billy Dunn opens up a couple of car lengths on Pete Britton as they make their way down the back straightaway. Britton, though, starts to close the gap into turns 3 and 4. He drove it deep into turn 3 that time and narrowed that gap down to about a car length and a half off of corner number 4, pulling away from Matt Billings as they make the way into turns 1 and 2 once again. Billy Dunn, Pete Britton, Matt Billings, Dale Plank, and Danny O'Brien. That's your top 5. Jimmy Phelps in the backup Roy Tarbell machine giving that car a good run as Phelps, who won one of the consolation events earlier on tonight, works in that 6th spot, came from deep in the field, 21st on the grid, and now rides in 6th. Stefan LaFrance having a strong run into 7th. Timmy O'Brien hanging there in the top 10, running an 8. Steve Bernard from the back of the field all the way up into 9th, and rounding out your top 10 is Tommy Flanagan, the other consolation winner here tonight. Off of corner number 4, Billy Dunn leads the parade down in front. With 7 laps left to go, Dunn has the lead. Pete Britton, though, not going away quietly, though, as they head down the back straightaway. Matt Billings holding down spot number 3. As the field has spaced out a little bit, about 2 car lengths separate the top 3 drivers each. And right now, Billy Dunn trying to run away and hide from Batman, but you can't count him out at this point of the race. 6 laps left to go, and Britton is right there with Billy Dunn going into turns 3 and 4. Now Matt Billings starts to put his foot a little farther to the floorboard as he works in that 3rd spot. Dale Plank doing all he can to hold Danny O'Brien at bay for the number 4 position. Jimmy Phelps right there in position number 6, trying to hold off Stefan LaFrance for that spot as they make their way down into turns 3 and 4. Up in front, Billy Dunn running away. 5 laps left to go. 4 this time, I should say. As Dunn leads the way, Britton still running back in that 2nd spot, not able to close the gap as they make their way up into turns 3 and 4, and that gap is getting larger for Billy Dunn in the number 23 machine, looking for his 6th win of the season and 2nd series race of the year as they make their way into corners 1 and 2. Matt Billings trying to run in there and get Pete Britton into turn number 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Coming around this time, 2 laps left to go. 2 more remain. And Billy Dunn, the Watertown, New York native, the 2012 track champion here at Mohawk International Raceway. Keep in mind, he missed a race earlier this season and still claimed the track title. And right now, he brings the Mr. Rad 23D off of corner number 4. White flag in the air for Billy Dunn. Looking for his 2nd series win of the season in back-to-back series races here at Mohawk. He's got about 7 car lengths on Pete Britton. The lap machine of David Papineau will not matter. Off of corner number 4 for the 2nd time and 6th time of the season, Billy Dunn grabs the win. Pete Britton, a fine run for him, his best career series finish in 2nd. Matt Billings comes home into 3rd. Dale Plank and Danny O'Brien round out your top 5. Win number 6 of the season for Billy Dunn and 2nd of the series this year. Matt Billings brings it down. He claims the number 3 spot. Pete Britton comes home in position number 2, his best career finish in the 358 modified series by far. And there he is, climbing out of the race car, your 2012 track champion, 2nd series win of the season for Billy Dunn. Most of the time when you've seen him win here, it comes really easy for him. But I tell you what, Billy, tonight, fireworks are going off. This has got to be one heck of a celebration for his 6th win of the year and another series win to boot.
It's just unbelievable. I had to work for that one. I knew if I didn't get Dale on that restart, the track was getting to be pretty one lane. So I think he just missed turn 1 a little bit, and I got down in front of him, and I had no idea what my lead was. I didn't want to run too hard and burn the right rear off, but I knew I just had to be smooth. And some of them cautions came just in time to clear a little lap traffic away, and I just can't thank Laurent and his team and all my guys that come up and help me. It's been a really cool year.
Absolutely, and you had a great run earlier today in the big block race. You're still in the top 5 in points. Can't describe a good season enough for you. This track it seemed to work well for you. Bottom side was always the place to be. It seemed like all day long, even throughout the afternoon.
Yeah, it for how much racing on this track there was today, it held up great. It in conditions like this, it's going to take a little bit of rubber, but it really wasn't as bad as it could have been, or conditions we've seen other places in the past. So, John, Don, AJ, they do a heck of a job here, and can't thank them guys enough. And it's just been a really good year.
Well, congratulations, Billy. Very proud of what you've done here. 6th win of the year and 2nd series win. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
All right, Billy Dunn, your feature winner in the Dirt Car 358 Modified Series, and he will grab a winning.
Colin Miller, front row, looking for a green flag once they hit turn number 4. You got a green flag. We're back under the racing here for the Go Nuclear late models. 30 laps the distance. Caswell off to the great start. Rick Miller in second. Now 3 wide going down to the backstretch. You got Tim Sears. You've got the 55 machine of Rayner. Adam Turner now rides in 5th. Car's starting to get twisted a bit. Coming out of turn 4. Caswell, your early race leader. 1 lap in. He is now in behind him, the 98 of Miller, Sears, Turner, Maynard, and the 25 of Bellier. Battle for that number 5 position. Bellier now to the top side. Now Fink pulls alongside on the bottom and gets by Bellier for that number 6 position. That's the race to watch. Bellier on top. Fink on the bottom coming out of 4. Bellier now starting to fade back. He's got to contend with the number 5 machine of Brandon Kidd. Brandon King pulls up alongside on the bottom of Fink. Brandon King now going to take that position away from the 25 machine of Greg Bellier. Back up front, the 19 rather, of Dale Caswell continues to lead on lap number 4. Settling in behind him, the 98 machine of Rick Miller and Tim Sears and Adam Turner. Adam Turner's had a couple of good runs here today in the heat races and the feature event a few hours ago. Lap number 5 continuing to be led here by the number 19 machine of Dale Caswell. Caswell fires down to the backstretch. He's got Rick Miller in hot pursuit here. We've got cars twisted up in turn number 3, getting together the 87 machine of Art Halliday. To him, the 98 of Rick Miller. 30 laps the distance, 25 laps remaining here for the Go Nuclear late models. Caswell on the bottom, Miller on the top side. Here comes Tim Sears joining the fray. Green flag back to racing conditions here for the Go Nuclear late models. It is Caswell. He hugged the bottom groove down to the backstretch. He's got Rick Miller on the top side. Tim Sears jumps into this mix looking for that
championship. Ready to go green with Caswell on the point.
Caswell gets the green flag, breaks away from the herd. He's got Rick Miller now. Miller to the top side, coming out of 2. Tim Sears, he hops up into this one. He's looking for a dog in this fight as he gets to the bottom side of the racetrack. To the top side, here comes Miller battling back down to the bottom. Tim Sears overtakes the number 2 spot. Tim Sears is riding along in the number 2 spot. Rick Miller trying back to the top side, but he opens the door for the 92 of Adam Turner. Adam Turner now into the number 3 spot. In 1 lap, Rick Miller went back 2 positions. He went from 2nd to 4th. Now coming on the inside is Brandon Kidd in the number 1 machine. Dale Caswell continues to lead, but he's got the of Tim Sears to contend with here. Down to the backstretch, still fire in the turns 3 and 4. Caswell continues to lead coming out of turn number 4. As now all sorts of problems for Rick Miller. That race machine has just gone away from him on this racing surface. Lap number 8, Caswell continues to lead, along with Sears and Adam Turner in 2nd and 3rd respectively. Brandon Sweet up in the number 4 spot. Bellier fighting back on lap number 9. He has now cracked the top 10 here this evening. He had a strong run in the first feature this afternoon, but it was Sean Beardsley, the man on the move, that took and came away with that victory. Out of turn 4, here comes Caswell. He continues to lead on lap number 10.
And Tim Sears Jr. right there behind him. Timmy has had a lot of laps around this speedway today, running in the Big Block Modified Super Dirt Car Series earlier on this afternoon, as Richard Reason with a problem right in front of the leaders gets up out of the way, though, and he will allow them to get on by, but the caution flag does wave. 10 laps complete. 30 laps is the distance tonight for the Go Nuclear Late Model Series. Coming up next, we have the Dirt Car Sportsman Series for 50 laps of competition. Green flag is in the air. We're back underway. Down into turns 1 and 2 they go. Dale Caswell with the advantage as Tim Sears Jr. looks for running room on the top side. Adam Turner out of Picton, Ontario, dives down low. He grabs the number 2 spot away from Timmy Sears. Going into turns 3 and 4. Turner right there on the bottom. along with the 3 of Sears, the 1 of Darren Peters right there in spot number 4. Greg Bellier, who finished second earlier on today, rounds out the top 5 as the field spreads out down the back straightaway, about a car length separating each driver out there. Sean Beardsley, the winner earlier on this afternoon, holds down spot number 6, and right now he's looking for 5th around Bellier going into turns 1 and 2, and Bellier gets caught out of line, and Sean Beardsley will grab the number 2 position, or the number 5 position, I should say. Rick Miller charging down the back straightaway into 7th. Alan Fink is 8th. 9th is A.J. Kingsley. Phil Potts completes the top 10. Off of corner number 4 they go. The leader, Dale Caswell, has about a 2-car length advantage over Adam Turner. Timmy Sears right there with him in tow as they make their way down the back straightaway. Lap 13 is up on the scoreboard. We'll be coming around to complete lap 14 this time by Dale Caswell, trying for his 2nd feature win of the season in the Go Nuclear Late Model Series and 2nd of the year here at Mohawk, as he has the lead going down into corners 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Adam Turner solidly into that 2nd spot. Adam campaigned a 358 modified for the majority of the year, jumped back into the crate late model division and is doing very well out there in that Paul Turner Automotive number 92 machine off of turn number 4. He's pulled away from Tim Sears now. It is down to 2 drivers for the lead as we've got Steve Coit in the number 12C, slowed to a stop over there in corner number 2 at the halfway point.
Number 15.
15 laps left to go. 15 are complete. We are at halfway through this 4th round of the Go Nuclear Late Model Series. Off of corner number 4 we go. Green is back out, and Dale Caswell has the lead. Beardsley and Tim Sears collide going into turns 1 and 2, and Sean Beardsley now occupies the number 3 spot. Sears with a problem, spins it off of corner number 2, and way out there by the tree line, and the caution flag will wave here. It's almost this year in the track championship. You can definitely tell how tough the competition is up there. Field getting set, ready. Off of corner number 4, Dale Caswell with the lead. Adam Turner, Sean Beardsley, your top 3. Green flag is in the air. We're underway. And quickly down into turns 1 and 2 they go. Dale Caswell with the top spot. Turner right there with him as Alan Fink in the 28 trying to move forward as well. He's got up underneath Greg Bellier, but Bellier is making that outside groove work off of corner number 4, and down the front straightaway they go. Alan Fink right there with him in position number 6 as Bellier trying to make the outside line work on turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. The 19 of Caswell, followed by Adam Turner, Sean Beardsley, Darren Peters, Rick Miller. That's your top 5 off of corner number 4 and down the front straightaway. Shane Tenace with a problem on the backstretch, spins right in front of Dave McDonald, and Tenace able to keep it going in that 714. Trying to, at least in corner number 3, as Dale Caswell gets by on the top side. Adam Turner will do the same thing. All the leaders will get by, and today's can't keep it going. Green flag, 18 laps are complete. 12 more remain in the Go Nuclear Late Model Series off of corner number 4. Green is back out. We're underway, and Caswell back into the lead. But here comes Adam Turner in that 92 machine. The Picton, Ontario native. Caution flag returns once again. In about 10 hours from now, I will be on the booth in the booth announcing at Brockville. So, looking for a lot of fun tomorrow. Green flag is in the air. We're back underway, and Dale Caswell back into the lead. Adam Turner holds down second. Sean Beardsley trying to make it a weekend sweep here if he possibly can. Down into turns 3 and 4 they go. Caswell with the lead. Adam Turner right there with him. Greg Bellier is searching for something. Everybody stuck right to the bottom of the speedway, and Bellier trying to look for something on the top side. Going into turns 1 and 2 rather. The 19 of Caswell, 92 of Turner, followed by the 18 of Sean Beardsley. Down into turns 3 and 4. We got 10 laps left to go as the field works off of corner number 4.
10 laps to go. You're absolutely correct. It is Caswell. He's got Adam Turner, the 92 machine, right on his rear bumper. Caswell gets a great drive up for turn number 2, fires down into turn number 3 and 4. Beardsley, he's worked his way up into that number 3 spot, looking to make a sweep. We've got cars twisted and out of shape. A.J. Kingsley loses the handle there. I don't know if he get another victory. As Tim had mentioned, pulls a double duty an awful lot, and I remember him in the IMCA ranks in Central New York, racing just about wherever, and Evans Mills is one of them. Caswell now gets the green flag on the restart. He'll go to the bottom of the speedway. He's got Adam Turner hot on his tail here. Turner down to the backstretch. Gets a little sideways. Going to look to go low, but Caswell's got that bottom groove locked up the way he likes it. Beardsley rides in third. Brandon Kidd and Alan Fink round out your top 5 on lap number 22. Caswell, can he hold off the hard-charging Adam Turner? Adam Turner has looked very, very strong all day long here at Mohawk. Had a pretty good run in his heat race from earlier this afternoon. He would love nothing more than come out of here with a victory tonight. There's now Caswell with 7 laps to go. Opens up a little bit bigger of a lead, but Turner keeping him within striking distance. The 18 of Beardsley, our feature winner from earlier this afternoon. About 8 hours ago, I would say. As now Beardsley in third, comes out of turn 4. Looking to run down Turner. I don't think it's going to happen here, as Caswell seems to be very comfortable up front. He's got nothing but smooth and clear sailing in front of him. Caswell in the turn number 3. Turner on the bottom as well. Coming out of turn 4, it is Caswell, your race leader. Beardsley rides in third, along with the number 1 of Kidd and the 28 of Fink. 6 laps remaining in distance here for the Go Nuclear Late Model Series. Their third trip up here, actually their second trip up here this year. They were here last year as well. As now, it is Caswell being pursued by Turner down to the backstretch. Coming into turns 3 and 4. Caswell, is he going to move up the racing track? I don't think so. But Adam Turner's going to have to pick a lane here if he looks to get back into this one. 3 laps remaining here for Caswell. How big a victory would this be for him tonight? Caswell goes into turns 3 and 4. Turner looking for Caswell to make one little goof, and he could slip past him and get the checkered flag here at Mohawk. 2 laps remaining now for Caswell. Caswell seems to know when to accelerate. Caswell now, 1 lap remaining. 1 lap remaining for Dale Caswell. Down to the bottom will go Adam Turner. Adam Turner on the backstretch. Looks to get past Caswell. Cannot make it work on the inside. Coming out of turn 4. It's going to be the 19 of Dale Caswell. He collects the checkered flags tonight. Followed by Turner, Beardsley, Kidd, and the 29 machine of Phil Potts. So Phil Potts works his way up into a top 5 here tonight. We are going to leave out the Victor Lane interviews tonight in the interest.
R19 machine brings it down in front into victory lane for the second time, as Ellis Automotive will present him the winner's trophy. And Caswell picks up his second series win of the season, and 2 of the last 4 did win the opener here at Mohawk a couple of months ago. And so the sportsman car is rolling out, and meanwhile, out of the race car for the second time in the Go Nuclear Late Model Series, how about a round of applause for Dale Caswell? Row 10, National Speedway. We're set to do battle 50 laps for the Dirt Car Sportsman Series. Matthew Desjardins and Brandon Easy lead him down to the green. We are off and running. And quickly into corners 1 and 2 for the first time. Matthew Desjardins has the lead. Brandon Easy right there with him in second. And the battle is on for the number 3 spot as Devin Carone charges forward. He's got Chris Herbison just behind him in spot number 5 as Dave Marchicelli, the Canandaigua Speedway regular, holds down spot number 4 at this time as Martin Pelletier. And the 5 of Wyatt Mullen, Neil Provost, Louis Jackson Jr., and Corey Wheeler round out your top 10 with 1 lap complete up on the board. Matthew Desjardins, a regular runner at Granby and Drummond, looks to grab his first ever series win as he makes his way down in front. Brandon Easy ran the opener at the Cornwall Motor Speedway and had a solid finish over there as well in that 06 machine. Devin Carone, regular runner in the sprint car ranks in the Empire Super Sprints, Southern Ontario Sprints, and the Patriot Sprint Group. Riding back there in spot number 3 and The 24 of Corone trying to qualify for the Big Block Modified Series race held earlier this afternoon and almost had it done as Ryan Arbuthnot has a problem with the R70. He has got a right front shock off of that car, and you can see he cannot turn it and force Gilles Godard off the speedway. And Arbuthnot still with problems, and he will slow to the outside of corner number 2. And that will bring out the yellow flag as Nolan Swamp has problems. Ricky Thompson can't seem to get by. And the yellow flag will wave here.
Well, what transpired?
With 4 laps complete in this 50-lap Dirt Car Sportsman Series feature event. Green flag is in the air. We're back underway. Matthew Desjardins back into the race lead. The 3M works it up off of corner number 2 and down the back straightaway. Here comes Devin Corone in a bid for second. Gets by Brandon Easy going down into turns 3 and 4. Chris Herbison trying to move forward as well. And the M1 of Dave Marcaccelli working the top side of the speedway into turn number 1. He has got Wyatt Mullen right there with him. Martin Peltier, Corey Wheeler, Gary Lindberg, and Neil Provost going after one another. Our track champion Dylan Evoy is mired back in traffic, back in about the 11th spot, and he is trying to make his way forward as the field works off of corner number 4. Ricky Thompson back out in the number 53. Caution flag waves again for Nolan Swamp in the number 1 X Machine. And that will bring out the second caution flag of the Billy Cook, Dana Akins. That is your top 20 at lap number 6. Green flag flies. We're back up the racing speed. Desjardins back into the lead. And we're 3 wide through the middle of the field as Cody McPherson, who started deep in the pack, 21st position. Jenna David gets a little help turned around. And Andrew Fish gets involved as well. Patrick Dumichel had to go off the speedway to avoid Unbelievable the way things happened that day, but they got the show in, and now we're ready to go back under the green flag with 6 laps complete. Matthew Desjardins on the point. Green is in the air, and Devin Corone now jumps up into that second spot, getting around Brandon Easy as Wyatt Mullen was running in the top 5, slipped up a little too high. Here comes Gary Lindberg down on the bottom, and Lindberg down on the inside. He grabs a number 6 spot, but Marcaccelli right through the middle, and that M1 machine charges off the corner. He has got the number 8 position at this time as they make their way down into turns 1 and 2. Corey Wheeler looking to move forward as well in the 47. He is tucked in behind the 5 of Wyatt Mullen, and here comes Dylan Evoy. The Brockville Bullet charges by the M1 of Marcaccelli to pick up spot number 7 as they work through corners 3 and 4. 9 laps, or 8 laps rather, up on the scoreboard. And Matthew Desjardins looking pretty strong here in the early going with Devin Corone. Only about his 5th or 6th time in a sportsman car, running strong in the number 2 spot. Then it's Brandon Easy, Chris Herbison. Martin Peltier has jumped up into the top 5 here. And look at Louis Jackson Jr. go on the outside part of the speedway. He watched his dad earlier today in the Pro Stock race try the outside groove, and he's going to try to give it a shot going through turns 1 and 2. No such luck that time, though. As up in front, 10 laps are complete. Matthew Desjardins, your race leader, off of corner number 4.
40 laps remaining distance for this sportsman tonight. Desjardins has led all 10 laps so far. Caron in second. Some valuable time for the 24 machine of Devin Caron today, running the big block show in that machine right there. He found some fast ways around this racetrack. 11 laps in. 39 to go. Down to the backstretch will go Desjardins. Sets his sights on some lap traffic here. Corey Wheeler, I believe the next one he's going to be coming up upon, or correction, that is Andrew Fish for Desjardins. 12 laps in. Led here now every single lap by Desjardins, followed up by the 24 of Devin Caron, the 06 machine of Easy. Your top 3 right there. Cars now starting to get single files. They get spread out through the field. I'll tell you what, Desjardins is running at a pretty good clip here. 19-3. He's picking these cars off at almost a full second lead. Faster, rather, than the number 2 car of the 24 of Devin Caron. As now Jenna David makes her way back out on the race facility. More lap cars. That was an issue as Caron has now caught Matthew Desjardins on lap number 14. Andrew Fish, the car in between those two. Can Caron get by him? But now coming up through is the 06 of Easy. Easy's going to look for the easy way around the lap traffic as he comes up on the number 3 machine of Desjardins. 15 laps in 35 to go. And Brockway, Josh Brockway slows. Gonna think he's gonna be able to get around here. Looks like he's got a right rear that has gone down or something failing in the rear end of that machine. And now, the 3M of Matthew Desjardins to the inside of lap number 16. As I had mentioned before, he's led every single lap. It is now the 3M of Jason Federley is going to be the next lap down. Now to the top side. Here comes Devin Caron. Caron to the top side of the speedway. Not going to do it. Coming out of 4. He's going to lose 2 spots, maybe more than that, as he gives it up. But Matthew Desjardins continues to lead on lap number 17. Desjardins now will fire down to the backstretch as Dana Akins will take his power plant pit side. Not sure of the problem there. Provost now slowing to a crawl in turn number 2. Not sure what the malfunction with that machine is, but we'll find out soon enough. Matthew Desjardins, he is starting to slice and dice his way through this field. Caution.
Here for quite some time and grab 3 feature wins here as well.
So it'll be Desjardins up front now. He's got Easy to the outside. Desjardins fires. We've got green flag back under racing conditions here. 18 laps in, 32 to go. And we're going to start stacking cars up. Some hard hits and licks taking place there as Ricky Thompson's involved, as I can see one of the cars. Nolan Swamp, Arthmanut was involved as well. Show Maple Leaf fan as well as he. As Desjardins now. We're going to look for the green flag coming out of turn number 4. Single file restart here to keep the cars out of harm's way, if you will. Lap number 19. Desjardins fires away. Now to the inside. Here comes Devin Caron. He gives a little bumper love to Herbison, and we've got another caution on the speedway as we've got Fish and Brockway collecting each other. And Herbison, Caron, Easy, and Dylan Evoy has crept into the top 10. Lap number 19. Back underway here as Desjardins takes away down to the backstretch. Chris Herbison going to have to contend with the 24 machine now of Devin Caron. Coming out of turn number 4, lap number 20, as Matthew Desjardins continues to lead.
So Matthew Desjardins, who grabbed the lead from the drop of the green flag, has led ever since. Chris Herbison, who picked up his first ever 358 modified feature win here back in 2000. As the field works up off of corner number 4, Herbison has a couple of sportsman wins to his credit back in the early 90s and would love nothing better than to grab his first ever series win here at Mohawk. Josh Brockway makes it back out. Of course, he is parked in the infield of the speedway and moving very slowly down the front stretch. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it around again or not. 22 laps up on the scoreboard. Desjardins puts him a lap down to the leaders as Herbison, Devin Caron, Brandon Easy make it on by. Martin Peltier holds down spot number 5 as Dylan Evoy, your track champion, works it up into spot number 6. Then it's the 47 of Corey Wheeler into 7th. Gary Lindbergh is 8th. Mike Arquette 9th. And Wyatt Mullen having a solid run in spot number 10. 5 of Mullen holding down 10th as the 3 of Desjardins holds down the lead. Chris Herbison is right there with him, though, coming off of corner number 4 in that second spot. Then the 24 of Caron, the 06 of Brandon Easy. Gary Lindbergh is cutting through this field rather quickly out here. He's got right there behind him as he just got by him coming off of corner number 4. And Nolan Swamp out of shape down here on the front stretch, but he collects it up, keeps right on trucking. Halfway sign is out. 25 complete, 25 more to go. And the 3M of Desjardins, Gilles Godard just clobbered a tire down into turn number 2. Front end completely destroyed on that 27 machine, and we have caution on the speedway here. 25 laps are complete, but Chris Herbison is going to have something to say about this field. Bunches up through turns 3 and 4. Green flag is back out. We're back underway. And the 3M of Desjardins goes back into the lead. Chris Herbison right there with him in second. And Devin Caron just about had to look down low as Gary Lindbergh in the 28 starts to move forward. He's looking underneath Dylan Evoy for the number 6 position. field heads down into corners 1 and 2. Desjardins holds down the top spot. Chris Herbison along with Devin Caron holding down second and third. Devin Caron got a great run that time coming off of corner number 2 and closed in on Chris Herbison. Brandon Easy, Martin Peltier having a strong run, backing up his performance at the Humberstone Speedway where he finished runner-up to Tyler McPherson in that event, and he rides in spot number 5, and he's got Gary Lindbergh, Dylan Evoy, Corey Wheeler, Mike Arquette, and Cody McPherson rounding out the top 10 just behind him at lap 28 this time by Matthew Desjardins, looking for the biggest win of his career if he can get the job done. He's never won a Sportsman Series race at all in his career, and he is flying around this speedway right around the bottom side coming into the corner and dives down low in turns 3 and 4 off of corner number 4. 29 laps are complete this time by Desjardins, leads the way. Then it is Chris Herbison, Devin Caron, second and third, Brandon Easy, Martin Peltier, Gary Lindbergh, Dylan Evoy, Corey Wheeler, Mike Arquette, and Cody McPherson round out your top 10. So right now, 30 laps will be complete this time by Matthew Desjardins is on a rail in that 3M ride.
Yes, he is. Desjardins has led every single lap. He's got the 63, the hard-charging Chris Herbison, the Brockville, Ontario Speedway champion this year. Followed up by the 24 of Devin Caron, the 06 of Easy, and the 92 of Martin Peltier. Coming out of 4, Desjardins continues to lead on lap number 31. And now the 06 of Easy looking to make a move here on the 24 machine of Devin Caron. Not sure if he's going to be able to do it this lap, but coming out of 2, Caron gets a great run. I'll tell you what, Desjardins is hitting his marks lap after lap in that machine right there. To the top side, he'll go into 1. Now he'll stick it back to the bottom on lap number 32, coming out of turn number 2. Lap traffic to contend with here. The 47, the giant tagger machine of Corey Wheeler. Corey Wheeler going to be looking to go down a lap, the 70X of Andrew Fish in that machine will be going down a lap here to the number 3 machine of Matthew Desjardins. 33 laps in the books. 17 more to go. As now Desjardins looks to the inside of Andrew Fish. Fish is going to make him work for it. Now Austin displays "get the heck out of the way" sign. As now Fish will go up to the racing surface. But guess who's there on his rear bumper? The 63 of Chris Herbison. Herbison has pulled up, and he's got him within striking distance. Jason Federley, what in the world is going on there? As he tried to get out of the way, that machine lost power, and that'll bring out the yellow flag. And I'll tell you what, Chris claimed victory tonight and get the biggest win of his young racing career. The 3M of Desjardins looks to fire coming out of turn number 4, and he does so as now Easy clipped the tire. No worse for wear there. His machine, the handling may be off just a little bit, as I believe he clipped part of it with the front end. Now Easy gets a great run on the backstretch, and off of turn 2, sets his sights on the 24 machine of Devin Caron. Desjardins out of turn number 4. He has led now 36 laps consecutively here in this Sportsman 50-lap event. Down to the backstretch goes Matthew Desjardins. Chris Herbison keeping him within striking distance here. Is the KG veteran saving something for later in this race? We'll have to wait and see. But I'll tell you one thing, Herbison looks to be giving it all he's got, and Desjardins is running one heck of a race himself. Down to the backstretch will go the 3M of Desjardins. Here comes Chris Herbison along with Devin Caron and the 06 of EZ. On a turn 4 now on lap number 38. It is the 3M of Desjardins continuing to lead. He has kept Chris Herbison just far enough back, but you gotta wonder, what has Chris Herbison got up his sleeve as they go into turns 3 and 4? Does Herbison have some move that he's going to try to the outside to try to reel in the race leader on lap number 39? 11 laps to go for Desjardins. Can he run wire to wire and win this 50-lap event here tonight? He'll go on the turn number 3. Sets it down low, coming out of 4. Here comes Herbison. Herbison starting to close the gap on lap number 40.
10 laps left to go here in the Dirt Car Sportsman Series, and Matthew Desjardins looking to hold on to the number 1 position is Herbison trying to dive down low into turn number 3. No such luck that time. He showed the wheels. He knows he's got Desjardins right where he wants him. Coming up off the corner, Herbison trying to dive down low. No such luck that time into corner number 1. He'll try it off of 2. He slipped up a little bit. Devin Caron is right there to try to challenge. Into turns 3 and 4 they go this time. Matthew Desjardins has led all 41 laps this time. Lap 42 up on the board. And Herbison starting to fade a little bit here. Devin Caron holding down the number 3 spot with Brandon Easy just behind him at 4th, and it's Gary Lindbergh rounding out the top 5. And Herbison right now into the clutches of Devin Caron. Looked like he had a shot at Desjardins in there for a while. He may be just saving a little something for the end, but right now he is going to have to get up on the go pedal and get going as he is losing some ground quickly to Matthew Desjardins coming out of the back straightaway as the field heads down into turns 3 and 4. Desjardins with lap traffic just in front of him. Patrick Dumichel and Dylan Breen going at each other down the front straightaway. 6 laps left to go for Desjardins. Looking for his first ever Dirt Car Sportsman Series win and looking for his first ever win at Mohawk. Couple of feature wins this season at Autodrome Granby, and Ricky Thompson spins it right in front of the field. Everybody should be able to get by Phil at the end of last season in October. Ready to go back under green. 6 laps left to go. Matthew Desjardins, Chris Herbison on the point. Green flag is in the air. We're back underway. And quickly down 1 and 2. Herbison slipped up a little bit coming off of corner number 1, and Devin Caron right there to try to capitalize. No such luck that time. Here comes Brandon Easy down to the inside, and Brandon makes it look easy. Gets by the 24 of Caron, moving up into spot number 3. 5 laps left to go, and Matthew Desjardins has led every lap all day long in that number 3 machine. As he works down the back straightaway, Herbison has cleared himself from the number 3 place driver of Brandon Easy. Now he closes a gap on Matthew Desjardins coming down the front straightaway. 4 laps left to go. Can Herbison do anything with Desjardins? Down into turns 1 and 2 they go. Off of corner number 2, Matthew Desjardins pulls away by about 3 car lengths, but Chris Herbison closes in. He drove it deep into turn number 3 that time. Off of corner number 4, Desjardins with the lead. Herbison second, Brandon Easy, Devin Caron, and Gary Lindbergh, your top 5. And right now, Herbison is there. He is on the back doorstep with a couple of car lengths left between the top 2 drivers. This could be a wild finish here at the end. Buckle up and get ready for it as Matthew Desjardins looks to hold on for his biggest win of his career. Chris Herbison looking to close the gap. 2 laps left to go. 2 more laps left to go, and Chris Herbison trying to do something with Desjardins. He's slow a little bit coming off of corner number 2 and allows Desjardins to get away by about 3 car lengths. White flag being displayed this time by can Brandon Easy do anything with Chris Herbison as he rides in 3rd. White flag is out, and Matthew Desjardins trying to hold in there and win this one. Herbison trying to run him down. He slows coming off of corner number 2. Desjardins pulls away. Checkered flag will be out, and ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Desjardins will score his biggest win of his career. First ever Sportsman Series win for Desjardins. Chris Herbison comes home at his 2nd. Brandon Easy will come home 3rd. Devin Caron and Gary Lindbergh, your top 5. And on the cool down lap, Gary Lindbergh let Devin Caron know he wasn't happy with